Good morning, beautiful person. Greetings from cooler, snowier, starting to act a little bit more like January, Winnipeg. So, my name is Adessa Vitar. I am a life coach and a wellness advocate, and I help beautiful people like you relieve the stress in their lives in many ways. And what do I mean by that? So my mother passed away at the age of 69 from complications of diabetes. And in a few minutes, I'm going to talk about how that's caused stress in my life, quite aside from losing her, obviously, because she never got to see my kids grow up. And it wasn't because she didn't know how to take care of herself. She just, she had other priorities until it was too late. So I don't want that to happen to me, and I don't want that to happen to you. So that's why I'm here pretty much every day, except 7, talking about these things. So, here's my question about blood sugar. So, as I mentioned, my mother passed away at the age of 69. She probably started her diabetes journey, not 100% sure, but I think it was in her early 50s. I definitely know that let me think. Certainly when I met, my husband and I met up with her and my dad at a hotel in Vienna in 1991, I think it was. And at that time, she had a Sharps box with her. So she was, she was 60 years old and she was injecting insulin already. This is for type 2 diabetes. And and she died in 2003. So it was a gradual process and not a pleasant one. So, I'm going to be 59 in February. So starting to approach that age at which my mom was already carrying that ticking time bomb in her body. So I tested my, somebody coming, the new courtesy is to get out of the way if somebody's coming towards you on the sidewalk. That used to be considered really rude, and now it's a new courtesy. Go figure. Anyway, as I was telling you, so I have reached the age where I'm definitely starting to be concerned about this. And at the suggestion of my amazing nutritionist who has changed my life, and if you need somebody to help you with your lifestyle questions, do I have a nutritionist for you? But anyway, at her suggestion, I tested my blood sugar a couple of mornings and I freaked out because it was high. It was like pre-diabetic early in the morning. So I called my doctor. And by the way, I should add that when I took it again 2 hours after eating, it was almost exactly the same as it had been early in the morning. And that is actually a side effect of my low-carb, high-fat diet. And I just don't measure early in the morning anymore. But I called my doctor, and my doctor sent me to do the HbA1c test, which is a way the doctors can estimate what your blood sugars have been like for the past 3 months, and it came back, in her words, squeaky clean. So that was a huge stress relief for me this week, believe me. So why am I sharing this with you? First of all, I had been living in denial for quite a while, pretending that I wasn't getting older, and I am. So I'm glad I did this. It was a little scary, but thankfully I got a good result. And the reason, like I said, the reason my fasting sugar is so high is because I am so well in ketosis these days because of the work I've been doing with my nutritionist. And it is apparently a known effect that people who are in nutritional ketosis will show high blood sugars in the morning because, as somebody put it, your body's making you breakfast early in the morning. Your glucose will go up. And if you are a sugar burner, then your body will use that sugar in your blood. If you're in ketosis and your body is accustomed to burning fat for fuel, then it will kind of ignore that sugar that's been supplied for you. And I mean, obviously it does eventually get used. It doesn't keep, if it keeps circulating in your blood, then you are diabetic, but clearly it's not. So like I said, 2 hours after eating, my blood sugar is in the normal range. So, and the HbA1c confirmed that, so I'm very grateful. My doctor said come back in a year for that. So I wanted to ask you, are you looking into the situation in your life? Are you looking into your health monitors, especially if you live in Canada? There's really no reason not to. Thankfully, we, in every province, we have the ability to do this without breaking the bank. And if you live in south of the border from here, I'm sorry, I hope you do find a way to stay on top of your health. I know that insulin has become crazy expensive in the US, so all the more reason to take the steps that you need to make sure you don't need any. I mean, if you do, you do. But wouldn't it be great if you could avoid it? And that's true even if you don't have to pay a lot of money for it. And like if you live in Canada or Europe or Australia or New Zealand or any of the countries that actually care about... Oh, never mind, I didn't say that. Things are changing. So, that was my moment of vulnerability for you guys. I was pretty scared because I've worked so hard to keep myself healthy and not go down that road. My sister is now injecting insulin. She's 6.5 years older than me. And so it's scary. And so I don't want... it was a huge relief to know that I am not on that road, at least not right now. Of course, I may have merely inherited my dad's excellent blood chemistry. Thank God he's going to be 90 next month, God willing, and he has all sorts of health issues, but diabetes, thank God, is not one of them. So, anyway, I hope this was helpful. If it was, I hope you will like, share, comment, all the things, so that more people will listen to my story and pay attention to the question about are they monitoring their own blood sugar, because it's a silent killer. It's like high blood pressure. You don't feel anything until you're really sick. So I really suggest, I have a little blood meter, and I originally got it just to measure my ketones with, but it was not very expensive to buy a little more, to buy the blue strips for it instead of the purple ones and test blood sugar, which I'll probably do every now and then just to stay on the safe side. But yeah, if you are feeling stressed these days, and who isn't, I did make a list of my favorite stress busters. They could include the obvious things like exercise and breathing and exercises and stuff like that. But I do have a couple of things on there that you might not expect. So if you would like that list, drop me a message and I'll be happy to send it to you. Remember, I love you. Talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.